All right, thanks, guys. The Cavaliers take on the Pacers. That's going to be a 7 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Indiana. The Pacers open the betting as the 12-point favorite and the total at 208. Since those markets opened this one up, we're seeing steady action toward the Pacers in the early betting here. We're also seeing movement downward on the total. Right now, the Pacers are minus 12.5 with the total moving downward to 207. So once again, Indiana open 12, up to 12.5, total open 208, down to 207. 66% of the consensus is leaning toward the Pacers. 62% of the consensus is shaded toward the over. The Cavs are plus 725 for some money line cash, and the Pacers are minus 900 on the money line themselves. Now, Indiana has gone just 8-10 against the spread as the favorite. They're also just 4-8 against the spread, taking on teams under 450. That's a win percentage of 450. So once again, Indiana 8-10 against the spread when laying the points. They're also 4-8 against the spread, taking on teams under 450. This Indiana offense is putting up just 105 points per contest on their home court. They're also covering just 41% of their games as the official home favorite. Now, Cleveland on the other side, make no mistake about it, they're a pretty bad team. They've been struggling all year, but they are 7-6 against the spread away from home this season. They're also covering 54% of their games as the official road underdog. Now, Cleveland's 2-0 to the over in their games that tipped off at the current posted total. They're also 1-0 to the over in their head-to-head matchup with Indiana. And speaking of the Pacers, they are 67% to the over in their games at the current posted total themselves. So with all that said and done, I think I'm going to lean toward a road dog in this one. I'm also going to purchase the hook, buy it up, and take Cleveland plus 13 in the over 207 in that one. And before we get into some more lines and personal leans, I just want to take a quick timeout and just welcome you to the show. I got some lines and personal leans out for Tuesday's NBA action, but before we get into some more of that, I just want to quickly remind you to check me out at patreon.com/BrockPage. With a documented win percentage of 60% for the entire year of 2017, you're certainly costing yourself some valuable information each and every day you're not subscribed. Now, memberships begin at just $1.99 per month. There's also plenty of free content there as well. So once again, please feel free. Just hit that pause button right now. Open up your browser. All you got to do is type in patreon.com/BrockPage. It'll only take you a couple of seconds. The link is in the description section below. And if you are a current patron of mine and you're currently watching me right now, I simply cannot thank you enough. You most certainly make it all worth it. And with all that said and done, we're going to go ahead and get right back into some more lines and personal leans. All starts Eastern Standard Time. And on deck, we've got Lakers at the Nets, 7:30 tip-off in Brooklyn. The Lakers open the betting as the 2-point favorite, total at 229.5. And since those markets opened this one up, no real surprises here, as we've seen steady money on the Lakers in the early going. We're also seeing steady movement downward on the total as well. Right now, Los Angeles is minus 2.5 with the total moving downward to 227 and a hook. So once again, the Lakers open 2, now 2.5, total open 229 and a hook, down to 227.5. 66% of the consensus is leaning toward the Lakers, 64% shaded toward the over. Right now, the Nets are plus 125 for some money line cash. The Lakers are minus 135 on the money line themselves. Now, when you go ahead and you take a look at this Brooklyn team, they are 8-4 against the spread, taking on teams over 550. So they've covered 8 out of their last 12 games, taking on teams with a win percentage above 550. This Brooklyn offense is scoring 114 points per contest at home. They've also successfully covered the number in 4 out of their last 5 contests at the Barclays Center. Now, on the other side, the Lakers, not so good against the number in certain spots. They're just 2-4 against the spread in their last 6 games. Their defense is allowing 113 points per contest when traveling. This Lakers squad is also 6-9 against the spread away from home and just 4-8 against the spread taking on teams below 450. So when the Lakers are taking on those very subpar teams, those teams with a win percentage below 450, they failed to cover in 8 out of their last 12. Now, total-wise, the Lakers are 3-0 to the over in their last trio of ball games, 4-1 to the over in their last 5 on the road. Meanwhile, on the net side of things, they're 10-6 to the over in their games at home, 4-2 to the over in their last 6 at the Barclays Center as well. So with all that said and done, I got to take the home dog in this one. Give me the Brooklyn Nets +3 after buying the half a point, and the over 227.5 in that one. All right, next game. It is going to be Wizards-Hawks, and that is a 7:30 tip-off in Atlanta. And the Wizards open the betting as the 4.5-point favorite with the total at 235. And since those markets opened this one up, we're actually seeing a steady and consistent fade of the Wizards in the early going here. We also saw movement upward on the total there as well. So right now, Washington moved down to -3, with the total moving upward to 236.5. So once again, the Wizards open 4.5 down to 3. Total open 235 up to 236 and a hook. 68% are leaning Washington, 52% shaded toward the over. Atlanta's +145 for some money line cash. Washington's -155 on the money line themselves. Now, Atlanta has successfully covered the number in 2 out of their last 4. Their offense is scoring 110 points per contest on their home court. Washington, on the other side, they have Morris and Porter, both questionable tonight, so they may not see action in Atlanta tonight. The Wizards are also just 1-4 against the spread in their last 5, so they failed to cover in 4 out of their last 5 ball games. This Washington defense has been horrible this year. They're allowing 120 points per contest on the road. They're also just 4-12 against the spread on the road as well. Now, scoring-wise, this Washington offense is putting up just 109 points per game on the road. They're also shooting just 44% from the field when traveling. Meanwhile, on the Atlanta side of things, they're scoring just 108 points per game overall for the year. They're also shooting just 44% from the field at any location. So regardless of being home or away, Atlanta not shooting all that well for professional athletes. But with all that said and done, I think those factors are going to keep that total under. I do think Atlanta should be able to get the job done in the spot here as the home dog. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean Atlanta Hawks +3 and the under 236.5 in that one. All right, next and final game for the show. It is going to be Mavericks Nuggets. That's a 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off in Denver. The Nuggets open the betting as the 5-point favorite, and the total at 206.5. And since those markets opened this one up, not a whole lot of movement on the spread. We're still at that original opening number of Denver -5. We saw it move half a point up, down, side to side. But right now we are at that original opening number of 5. We did see movement upward on the total, however. That moved up to 208. So once again, the Nuggets opened and remains -5. Total open 206.5. Up to 208 even. 66% are leaning Denver, 73% shaded toward the over. The Mavs are +190 on the money line. Denver's -210 on the money line themselves. Now, Denver has been absolutely spectacular on their home court this season. They're 12-3 straight up in their games at the Pepsi Center. So 12 out of their last 15 at home, they've won. They're also 11-4 against the spread in those ball games at home. 11-4 ATS in their games on their home court. This Denver offense is putting up 112 points per contest at home. Their defense has been stifling. They're allowing just 99 points per contest at the Pepsi Center on the defensive side of the ball. Now, on the other side of things, Dallas really struggling away from home this season. They're just 2-10 straight up in their games on the road, 5-7 against the spread in that very same category. This Dallas offense is putting up just 104 points per contest when traveling. They're also shooting just 43% from the field away from home. Now, Dallas has also failed to cover in 4 out of their last 5 away from home, so it's no mistake that the Mavs have really struggled to get the job done, not only in the outright game, but against the spread for their backers when they travel. Now, total-wise, when it comes to the scoring, Dallas is 6-5 to the over on the road, taking on teams allowing more than 102 points per contest. Denver on their side, well, 3 out of their last 6 got over the total as well. So I know when people think of these teams, especially Denver, they think of unders, but we have a pretty good case for the over here, as once again Dallas 6-5 to the over on the road, taking on teams allowing more than 102 points per contest. Denver, 3 out of their last 6 got over the total as well. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward the home favorite. Very chalky play here. Give me Denver -5 in the over 208 in that one.